They once called Destiny 2 the Warframe killer. Now, it's barely keeping itself alive. Player counts have crashed, pre-order numbers are tanking, and the content feels emptier than ever. The real plot twists? Destiny isn't killing Warframe, it's slowly killing itself. Did you know Destiny 2 has lost nearly 90% of its PC players since the final shape launched? That's not just a dip, it's a massive collapse. For a game that once stood tall as a pillar of live service shooters, this sudden fall has fans confused, frustrated, and in many cases done with the game. Something's not right, and today we're going to talk about why. Why is Destiny 2 failing right now? What went wrong? And more importantly, can it still be saved? So here's the deal. Destiny 2 isn't dying because of one single mistake. It's dying from a dozen little cuts that keep adding up, patch after patch, season after season. Let's start with the numbers, because the data alone paints a rough picture. On Steam, player counts have dropped by nearly 90% after the final shape. That's a blow no live service game wants to take, especially when that same expansion was supposed to be a turning point for the franchise. It's like they planned a grand finale, only for half the audience to walk out halfway through the movie. One of the first major problems players point to is burnout. Destiny's seasonal content system is like a fast food drive-thru. Quick, repetitive, and forgettable. You get a new activity, grind it for a few weeks, and then it gets tossed out with the next patch. Nothing sticks. It's all disposable. Players are tired of paying for content that doesn't last and grinding for rewards that get left behind. And let's be honest, for a lot of fans, Destiny used to be about long-term investment. Getting the god roll you wanted meant something. But now, even the best loot feels temporary. That brings us to the constant system changes. Bungie keeps tearing down core features and rebuilding them from scratch. Crafting, they added it, changed it, then removed half of it. Power caps, up, down, then gone entirely. There's never a moment where you can just play the game without worrying about a major overhaul around the corner. Players are confused. Casuals don't know where to start. Veterans feel like they have to relearn everything every few months. It's like trying to read a book that keeps rewriting its own chapters while you're reading them. And when it comes to loot, the heart of Destiny's gameplay loop, things are not good. For a loot-based shooter, rewards feel shockingly unrewarding. Most drops are trash, armor rolls are random junk, and instead of fixing that, Bungie keeps tossing in more currencies and convoluted systems to chase your tail around. It's like cleaning your room only to find out someone dumped a trash bag on your bed 5 minutes later. And then there's the crafting economy. What's left of it? Grinding for a perfect weapon roll used to be exciting. Now, it's a drag. The old one more run feeling is gone, replaced with how many more of these do I have to do? Now let's talk about one of the most damaging things Bungie has done to this game, sunsetting content. If you've been around for a while, you've seen this happen. Bungie removes content that people paid for, entire campaigns, strikes, raids, and locations, under the excuse of technical limitations or cleaning up the game. The Content Vault was introduced to supposedly make things more manageable, but to the average player, it just feels like they're being robbed. Imagine paying $40 for an expansion, and then a year later it's just gone. You can't play it. You can't revisit the story. You can't experience it with a friend who just joined. It's vanished. This kind of sunsetting creates a weird relationship with the game. Players feel like their time and money aren't respected. New players are especially hurt by this, because they miss key story beats and content that the game references but can't access. It's like trying to watch the third season of a show when the first two are locked away in a vault. And the worst part? The content wasn't even broken. It was fine, but Bungie still removed it. Stuff like the Forsaken campaign, Tangled Shore, and even the original Red War campaign, all deleted. When Destiny 2 was first released, it felt like a growing world. But now, it feels like a revolving door. New content arrives, old content disappears. Nothing feels permanent. And the story, man, where do we even start with the story? Destiny used to be known for epic arcs and rich lore. The final shape had moments of brilliance, but the seasonal storytelling since then? Flat, rushed, shallow. Bungie promised depth, but a lot of fans are saying it just isn't there anymore. Important characters are sidelined, emotional beats don't land, and there's no real momentum between episodes. It feels like we're stuck in filler, just waiting for something meaningful to happen. Then there's PvP. Crucible is still around, but it's barely hanging on. Balance is all over the place. One weapon becomes overpowered, everyone flocks to it, and the meta becomes stale almost overnight. And if you don't run with the trend, you get melted. There's no space for creative builds, just whatever YouTubers tell you to run. People are getting tired of playing the same broken loadouts every week. And just when players hoped Bungie would double down and fix Destiny 2, the studio did the opposite. They quietly shifted a huge chunk of their talent and resources to something else, Marathon. Their reboot of the old sci-fi IP was supposed to be a bold new direction, but it came at the cost of Destiny. Entire teams, from art and audio to mission design, were reassigned to Marathon development, leaving Destiny 2 with smaller support crews and fewer people to maintain the game. According to reports and insider leaks, even seasonal content for Destiny 2 started being outsourced or stripped back to minimum production levels, while Bungie focused on making Marathon look like their next big cash cow. But that backfired too. Marathon kept getting delayed, and the worst part is, it did not receive a welcoming embrace from fans when Marathon's official gameplay was revealed. I was there, watching every detail of the new extraction shooter, and to be honest, it was an absolute cringe fest while looking at content creators trying their best to enjoy the game. To be fair, the cinematic of Marathon is really breathtaking, and it can make any gamer interested in trying out the game. But when the actual gameplay was revealed, it felt really boring. I don't know why, but maybe because of personal preference also. I enjoy PvE content, and extraction shooter is not my thing, so maybe that's one reason why I don't like Marathon. Also, the gameplay they showcased wasn't that interesting in my opinion. The characters are generic Destiny characters, and some in the chat even say that it feels like another hero shooter. The art style is also not my personal favorite, and in actual gameplay, it looks worse than the cinematic trailers. Bungie wasn't happy with the internal progress. So now, both projects are suffering. Destiny 2 has fewer updates, and Marathon still doesn't have a release window, as there are more things that the developers should add to make fans interested on playing it. Players feel betrayed. They paid into a live service game only to realize the devs have already moved on. All of this adds up to something even worse: community burnout. Reddit is full of angry threads, meme posts mocking the game, and longtime fans saying they've had enough. Clans are going inactive. Players log in, do one activity, and log out. It's no longer fun, it's maintenance. People are frustrated, not because they hate Destiny, but because they love it and they're watching it break down in real time. There's this constant cycle of hope, disappointment, rinse, repeat. And you can't ignore the internal side either. Bungie's had layoffs, teams have been downsized, developers are doing more with less. That affects polish, that affects content, and most of all, it affects morale. You can feel it in the game. Stuff gets delayed, bugs stay longer, fixes don't land quite right. It's not just about creative choices, it's about the team being under pressure from every angle. Plus, Destiny isn't the only live service game in town anymore. Warframe, for example, is eating Destiny's lunch. It's more generous with content, keeps its systems stable, and doesn't vault what players pay for. And there are newer titles too, pulling away the frustrated crowd, especially the ones tired of chasing the next patch that promises to fix everything. Then there's the elephant in the room. Pre-order numbers for Edge of Fate are trending nearly 50% lower than the final shape at the same point pre-launch. Data from the Game Post shows Edge of Fate pre-orders are sitting at 53% of the final shape's pace, suggesting Destiny 2 might miss out on around 1 million purchases. That isn't just a dip, it's a crisis of confidence. For a game where hype is everything, this is as loud a critique as players can deliver. So here's the big question. What exactly is Destiny 2 now? Is it a hobby? A story-driven MMO? A looter shooter? Because right now, it's kind of failing at all three. There's no clear path forward. Bungie keeps trying to patch the boat while it's already halfway underwater, and fans feel like they're stuck on board without a life jacket. Let's walk through what it feels like for the average player. You log in after a week away. You're already behind. A new episode dropped. Everyone's talking about some new gear. But to get it, you need to do a weird seasonal activity 15 times, collect 3 types of currencies, craft a weapon that might be obsolete in 2 weeks, and then hope the patch doesn't break your character in the middle of a strike. It's not fun. It's exhausting. And the worst part? That gear you just got. There's a good chance it won't even matter next season. And the thing is, Destiny's always had flaws, but for a long time, it made up for them with incredible moments. Insane raids, jaw-dropping skyboxes, weapons that felt so good to shoot, moments where you and your fire team were unstoppable gods. But now, the cracks are showing. There are fewer moments of awe and more moments of annoyance. It's not just one bad patch, it's a pattern. At one point, Bungie admitted that a small internal team was dedicated to retention, basically keeping you logging in. But that same team reportedly caused a massive 20-hour server outage in early 2023. After that, Bungie pulled the plug on that experiment. It's like they tried to build a machine that would make people stay, and it just blew up in their face. And now, they're pivoting again. Codename Frontiers is on the horizon, but no one knows what that even means yet. Is it a full expansion? A live service patch? A reboot? People are skeptical, and after everything that's happened, can you really blame them? Here's the bottom line. Destiny 2 is in serious trouble. The systems are bloated, the content feels disposable, the rewards don't satisfy, the storytelling is shaky, and the community is fraying at the edges. And yet, somehow it's not completely beyond saving. If Bungie wants Destiny to survive, they've got to get serious about fixing its core. Bring back meaningful progression, make rewards matter again, stop vaulting paid content, give players a reason to invest their time and feel rewarded for it. Don't throw in 15 currencies when 2 would do. Don't hype things just to patch them out. Listen more, hype less. Let players build their own metas. And please, fix PvP. People want to love Destiny, but right now, it's not giving them much reason to. If Bungie can pull that off, maybe Frontiers really will be a new beginning. Maybe there's still some light left at the end of the tunnel. But right now, Destiny 2 is falling hard and it's on life support.